for 30 years or life imprisonment, instead of the person serving a particular punishment, like labor for 1 month. In advanced country, that's what they do. There are punishments that people, when they sentence them, they can just ask them to do community service. So, but he said, mercy is judgment set aside. And I put down here also that mercy is God overlooking our offenses or the offense of man. The reason why we have boldness to commit sin deliberately sometimes is because we believe in the avalanche of mercy, the abundance of mercy. If not, if the law of old, the law of the time of Moses that says eye for an eye, should be at work in this generation, I don't think you and I will still be living. True or false? True or false? The law that killed Ananias and Sapphira, they sold their own property because they want to do what others are doing. And they came before Peter. Ananias and Sapphira, they agreed that this is the part, this part of money, this is what we are going to present at the apostles' feet. So when the man came, Peter just threw a question to him. Is it the amount you sold the land? Instead of him to say, no, we agree that we want to keep a part for ourselves and bring this part to the apostles' feet. Maliciously, ignorantly, he said, yes. No explanation. He dropped dead instantly. Hello? Do you know how many times we have lied in the presence of God, in the house of God, and we are still living? Can you celebrate the grace of mercy? The wife who never knew what had happened to the husband ignorantly came around and they asked her, is it really true? This is what your husband said. Is it really true? This is the amount you guys sold the land? They never told her her husband was already dead. And she affirmed, yes. And they pointed to her, look at the feet of those who went to bury your husband. As she looked at their feet, she dropped dead. May the mercy of God never expire in our lives in Jesus' name. May the mercies of God never expire in our lives in Jesus' name. Mercy is God setting aside the punishment or the repercussion of that a man supposed to suffer. God setting aside the punishment or the repercussion that a man, the sinner, the guilty person, supposed to suffer. Mercy is God granting a man pardon instead of condemnation. Granting a man pardon instead of what? Condemnation. Mercy is God saying, neither do I condemn you. Hello? Mercy is God saying, neither do I what? Condemn you. That is why we're going to read that John 8, verse 3 to 11. John 8, 3 to 11. I hope you are there already. I read, and the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him A woman taken in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Koro, koro. Now, Moses in the law commanded, they are quoting law now. You know, when judges want to back up their sentences, they will quote subsection to subsection of whatever that person, the punishment the person is to serve. So they are now quoting the section in the Old Testament